Watch this video to see how we create a result like this from a situation like this. Hi everybody and welcome to a new video. In this case, we will be treating a patient who presented with 2 parts of chipping on his upper front teeth. I have flipped the image upside down, so technically it's not a real POV, but by doing this, I hope I presented a more realistic view for you. And I hope you enjoy the video. Sit back and relax. First of all, I want to thank everyone for watching the previous videos, and if you haven't seen those yet, click on my profile where you will find more of these types of videos with live commentary on various treatments. And also a big thank you for liking the content and subscribing to the channel, because that really motivates me to keep making content like this. And if you're not yet subscribed, please hit that button below so you can follow me for more videos like this. As I mentioned, this case focused on 2 chipped front teeth in the upper jaw. It's a form of wear, what we call abrasion, and abrasion in this context refers to wear that's caused by external factors. These factors can include things like nail biting or like biting on pens or chewing on hard materials that teeth aren't designed to handle. And this type of wear is characterized by frayed edges along the cutting surfaces of the front tooth. It creates a different appearance from wear caused by grinding. That type of wear is also known as attrition. Instead of a jagged edges, attrition results in smoother surfaces. It's also defined by a key and lock contact between the upper and lower front teeth. Now, these sharp edges from abrasion do need to be smoothed out, and to do that we use a drill, but we need to be cautious with the drilling as tooth tissue has already been lost and we want to preserve as much remaining tooth structure as possible. This careful balance allows us to smooth out the edges and create a seamless transition from composite to tooth without unnecessarily removing additional material. Once we have smoothed the edges, I will apply a transparent strip here to help shape the contour of the filling. This strip also prevents the 2 front teeth from sticking together when the filling is placed. In this case, I'll fill the teeth one at a time, which I find easier here as it lets me focus on getting each tooth's shape and contour exactly right. This approach makes it easier to get the best results for each tooth. So you will see me filling the teeth one at a time. The process of filling starts with the preparation before we can place the filling. And that means that we start with the blue etchant. This contains phosphoric acid and it is used to roughen up the enamel, allowing for a better adhesion of the filling to the teeth. To further enhance this adhesion, we also use 2 additional agents. That is a primer and a bonding agent. And the bonding agent you can compare to a glue, which helps stick the filling better to the tooth. As for the etchant, it is really important to make sure that the area is really dry before we can apply those additional steps like the primer and the bonding. And after we have done all that, you can see me apply the first layer of composite. In a case like this, color is a really crucial factor, so we selected the shade before I started filming using a color ring. There are many different shades of white in dentistry, and for this case we chose an A2, which has a natural tone especially fitting for an older individual. I began with a flowable composite, which is more kind of a liquid form, followed immediately by an anterior or aesthetic composite. The flowable composite creates a good base, allowing the stiffer anterior composite to settle well into the really tiny areas. And after this first layer, we cure it with a polymerization light before we can move to the second layer. For this case and this tooth, the second layer will also be the final one. You will see me shaping the composite extensively, as this step is vital in reducing excess material right from the start. While the composite is still soft, it's easier to sculpt, making the finishing process much quicker. And in my opinion, spending time shaping at this stage minimizes the amount of time we need to polish the filling later on. After fully shaping the composite, I'll cure it again. And then I begin with the initial finishing on this tooth to smooth things out. To help me do that, I'll use something called a Softflex disc, which is excellent for removing any large excess and refining the contour so it aligns beautiful with the second filling that we will follow with. I prefer using a Softflex disc because it adapts nicely to the tooth's curves, providing kind of a flexibility. Once I remove the major excess and shape the contour, I'll apply a new matrix band or transparent strip to prep the second tooth. We will start again with the blue edge, which, as mentioned, is made of phosphoric acid. This is best applied to enamel alone, as dentin doesn't require etching, though sometimes it's challenging to be that precise, and that means that sometimes the dentin is also etched. We will leave that edge for at least 20 seconds and then rinse it thoroughly with water and blow dry it. Proper drying is critical here, as moisture can prevent the filling from bonding to the tooth, and ensuring dryness is essential for a strong bond. After applying both primer and bonding again, we move to the first filling layer, and as you can see, I used a flowable composite again as the base, followed by the anterior composite, which is slightly firmer, yet still quite easy to shape. This anterior composite has superior aesthetic properties compared to the flowable composite, and that means that the flowable composite is not meant to be the primary filling material. After this layer, we will cure with the light once more before adding the second layer, which in this case also is the final layer for the filling. See me shaping the composite with various instruments, removing excess to achieve the desired form. When we are doing front fillings, it's sometimes beneficial to use multiple composite shades for enhanced aesthetics, though in this case a single shade, A2 as mentioned, provided the look we wanted. And quality anterior composite typically offers sufficient aesthetic properties to deliver a natural looking result. Here I'm double checking the contour, including the palatal side, where some wear was also present. And once satisfied, I'll cure the filling one last time and then proceed with the final polishing phase. The first tooth was already partly polished but not entirely finished, as there's still a slight edge visible. And now it's time to fully polish both fillings. For this, I primarily use the Softflex disc again, as mentioned before. Available in multiple colors, the dark red disc is coarse for removing major excess, while the lighter colors like orange or yellow provide more like a polishing effect, adding more like a high gloss finish. This glossy polish ensures the filling blends seamlessly with the natural tooth, creating a harmonious, invisible transition from the filling to the tooth. And for the inside surfaces, I use a small strip to smooth between the teeth and a flame burr to eliminate any minor imperfections in the filling. As we are reaching the end of the video, I want to thank everyone again for supporting the channel. It means so much to me that you're watching, especially if you're still here. And please give a thumbs up if you stayed until now. I really appreciate it, and it motivates me to keep creating videos like this. So thank you for that. We are in the final polishing stage, and I'm using a Softlex disc to smooth the entire surface. You can see that the contour is coming together beautifully, and this creates a balanced look between both sides. Front teeth usually have unique characteristics and surface textures that we try to replicate in fillings. But as we age, these features naturally wear down, so we aim to match the restoration to the patient's age, providing a realistic appearance. Here I use a small exploring tool to ensure the fillings transition is completely smooth. And if I feel a slight edge, I'll use the flamber once more to smooth it out. And finally, we use the yellow Softlex disc to apply the high gloss finish, completing the repair of these two front teeth. And thank you once more for watching this video. If you've made it to the end, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Also, feel free to leave a comment. I read every one of them and I love hearing your thoughts. If you maybe have suggestions, tips or feedback, please share them so I can keep on improving. Hope to see you again in the next video. Thank you.